All right, this is going to be a fun one, but it's going to be a longer video, so hang with me here, okay? The results are worth it. This is totally a poly burlap wreath, and it's going to be amazing. So let's get started and make something beautiful. So let's talk about what we're going to need. You're going to need 1/8-inch wreath form, only one wreath form, that's it. And we're going to take some plastic canvas, and we are going to make 3 wreath like circles. Okay, we're going to do 2 at this size. So this was what, bar 3 that I did. It was about 5 inches in diameter. I did 2 of those, and then I'm going to do one where I come to the second bar and I make an outline, and that one was about 7 inches in diameter. Once I got that all cut out and ready to go, this is what we're going to use as our base for our wreath. Okay, so if you want to use a frame, go right ahead. If you want to make these bigger or smaller, go right ahead. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to get out my really cool collapsible mesh holder that I have from Susie's Reason Things. If you want one of these, she sells them and makes them, and they're amazing products. And it just made the whole process of cutting my mesh so much easier today. I'll have a link down in the description box below, but I love it and I wanted to show you. So we're going to stack these on top of each other, and we're going to fuse this purple and cream or white, whatever you want to use, poly burlap together. We're going to cut it at 10 inches each. All of this mesh that we use today for the flower petals are cut at 10 inches. The wood burner just kind of melts it together, and then I have her from the same company that sells the mesh holder. I have their hot, I wanted to say glue gun, but they have a glue gun holder, but they have a holder for the wood burner, so it's really handy to use. So we're going to cut all of these out, and we're going to start on our first wreath. Okay, so this petal that we're doing today is called my peekaboo petal. And you're going to take your fused mesh and you're going to fold it over to a triangle. And about at the halfway mark in between, you're going to gather it. And this is the shape it's going to be. I always think of like a, what are those, stingrays or something? My kids like pet them at the aquarium. But I'm going to use a zip tie to adhere this part, and then I'm going to clip that off. You could use a pipe cleaner, whatever you want to use, but this is what I use. And then you're going to separate, because we're going to separate the 2 pieces at the bottom, and we're going to pull one of those up, and this is where we get the peekaboo little thing going on. So basically it's kind of like a scallop petal. That's what my husband calls it when he sees it. But this gives us the opportunity to make one petal but have 2 different colors showing. So it's really easy. So let me show you. We're going to put it on our little like 5-inch plastic canvas. And by the way, you can get all this stuff over at the Wreath Shop. They have any color of poly burlap that you would want. They have plastic canvas that I'm using in this. They even have zip ties. So you're really good to go. One-stop shopping. And they have like this point system. So whenever you earn so many points, you get money back on your supplies. I took my ruler out and I went in about 1.5 inches. So that kind of gives you an idea. So I wanted to show you this petal one more time. See, sometimes I have to redo it. But this wreath is going to be so pretty, guys. And you could really, the possibilities are endless. But I love the poly burlap, because it's just a very durable product over like regular mesh. So I just would highly recommend it. And it's my favorite. I've been doing this for years, and you guys know that I love poly burlap. Did you guys notice the mistake I made in the last little clip? Comment below if you saw that mistake. Okay, so when I got this in, I thought, you know what? We need more petals. I just felt like we needed it. So I made some more petals, and you're gonna need to cut the excess trim off of that bottom petal, like the fray part. So those scissors on the right there, I get them at Amazon, and they literally take really good care of cutting this. It's kind of amazing, and they're always like anywhere from $10 to $14 over on Amazon. The price varies. So if you want to check out my Amazon links down below, I even have a Walmart storefront, guys. So if you like to shop Walmart, I can offer you some things that I like to get there. So we're really keeping it pretty tight. If you notice here, do you see where I'm putting it? We're keeping it really tight, and we put about 5 or 6 petals in the middle. And I like those little chip clips I get from the Dollar Tree. I know they're clothespins, I know, but I call them chip clips, and that's just me. So anyways, but this is really easy. You're just going to go through the last one. Let's see, we did put 6 in the middle here. You're going to have to tug at it pretty good. You're going to have to kind of squeeze her in there, but there'll be room. Don't worry. There's enough room. So we get her in there. I'm going to show you how we're going to cut that little piece. So you're going to have to cut some of these pieces off. All right. It's okay. It's all right. But we're going to set this one to the side, and we're going to start on the next wreath that we're going to make. Isn't she pretty? So again, I love this peach color poly burlap. Again, go to the wreath shop. The links will be down below. Or just, you know what? If you click on my wreath shop, it helps me personally. I would appreciate it. So if you want to help me out, and you want to buy your supplies, use that link. It's my affiliate link. So as you can see here, we are just going to take that 10-inch piece of poly burlap. Again, everything was cut other than the leaves. No, the leaves are cut at 10 inches too, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's not get ahead of myself. Or at 10 inches. But you can see what we did here. We just folded over again, and made a triangle. And on this one, I cut off the edges before I even put them on the wreath. But listen, guys, I have some exciting news. Today is March 31st. Yeah. Tomorrow is April 1st. Happy Fool's Day. But this is not a joke. But it's going to be my birthday, and my team that works with me in putting all the things together for Julie's Wreath Boutique, Julie's Biz Boutique, Julie's Crafting Boutique. Guys, I'm turning 50. Oh, I'm so not excited about this, but I'm going to celebrate my birthday month by giving you discounts, and we're going to do really big discounts, 50% discounts. So let me tell you the first 50% discount. That it's going to be on my website only. Only on my website. If you want my premium tutorials, they're all 50% off. This is such a good deal. So not on Etsy, only on my website, and I'll have that link down below. You know the drill. You're going to cut it at 10 inches each, all right? Okay, I think we did about 7 of these. All right, this one is from my friend Michelle at A Noble Touch. If you do not follow her on YouTube, why not? She's amazing. This is called the Sweetheart Petal, and you're just going to take your 10-inch piece of mesh. You're going to fold them in and then double them over. And then I'm going to take another zip tie. I know we're using a lot of zip ties here, but that's okay. That's all right. You know what? It's okay. So we're going to grab the back of the petal. I'm going to fold it over, and then I'm going to take another zip tie. Don't worry. I'm going to show you this again. All right. Here I'm using a 3-inch, and I kind of struggle a little bit with it. This is why I don't like the 3 inches, because my hands just struggle with it. So anyways, but it's pretty easy, just a simple petal, and it's going to make such a difference. If you have not watched my painted flower tutorials, you should. And I will link those down below, because when I was making these, I was like, man, we could put some paint on this and it would look amazing. So again, we're going to do it again. It just folds over. I know this is a little different than what we normally do, but it's a great petal. So make sure you check Michelle out. She's amazing and been a friend of mine for a very long time. So But this is going to make a really sweet, sweet little wreath. So just hang in there with me on this. Okay, what is the other thing that we're doing 50% off? Let me tell you. Have you heard about Julie's Crafting Boutique? Yes, it's a private group. It's for people who want to craft with me, and we do it 2 times a month. Once a month is a full project, and the second one we're either prepping for a project. But listen, if you use 50 off, you will get 50% off your first month. It's $14.99 a month, and so you're getting $7.50 off. So come and craft with me. We have a great time, and it's just a lot different than doing it here on YouTube. Okay, so you're going to take some yellow poly burlap. I'm using my little wire cutters as a weight, and we are going to start rolling it diagonally. Okay, and this is going to be we're going to use this center in 2 of the smaller flowers that we did. But listen, this is kind of a throwback to when I first started making wreaths and selling wreaths. I had a daisy wreath, and I would do this with actual burlap. And burlap can be really messy. And so what I would do is I would roll it up like this, and I would do strips. And then I would glue it all together. Well, we're not going to do that. So you're going to get to a portion here. Now, I believe this one was about 36 inches long. So once you get it started, you're going to start bringing it into the middle. You're going to have your little tag, the end there. And it's going to be sort of a rosette, but not really a rosette. But this is how we're going to do it. This is how I used to do it years ago. But I would use hot glue and not the wire. I'm going to show you. I'm trying to give you a really close look. So this is 22 gauge wire. I would get the 22 gauge wires that are all straight. This was not straight. It came off a spool. And basically what you want to do is you want to work that wire into several layers. And we're going to use the wire to hold this all together rather than using a bunch of glue. And really honestly, depending on where you live, it could fall apart if it's too hot, so I want to kind of avoid that. So then I'm going to twist it when I get to one part, and then we're going to keep rolling that poly burlap, because what I found was when I rolled it all in one piece, it was too big. The center was too thick. So doing it this way is a little tricky. This is not super, super simple. But listen, one of the things that I do know that the wreath shop has are some smaller wreath centers now. I know this for a fact because I was with Sarah when she ordered them last summer, and oh, I can't wait to get my hand on some of those, so don't buy them all, okay? So if you don't want to do this step, that's okay, but we did this step for the 2 smaller wreaths. So we're just going to keep rolling that in, and then as we go a little bit further, we're going to take that wire that we have, and we're going to go around and run it through the back end, and you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I am going a little bit faster, but this took me this was an 8-minute clip, I think. So this took me a good 8 to 10 minutes to do this center. So just know that it's going to take you a little bit of time and just to be patient. So I'm just running that wire, and then I'm twisting the wires together. And just keep following this same pattern. We're almost done. It doesn't have to be that big. Depending on what the center diameter is that you need to fill, again, it's really up to you. But we cut this at about 35 to 36 inches, I believe. And as you see, I'm getting to the end here. I'm starting to twist it even more, but we're not going to use it all. So it's just really kind of a neat center that we haven't done in so many years on this channel. I mean, I'm talking probably since 2017, and it's 2024, so it's been a long time. But anyways, did you guys know I give my wreaths away? Yep, I do. So the way that I give my wreaths away, I know I'm talking a lot about everything else, but we got to fill this time, right? You're going to take a little zip tie and use that, and then we're going to cut the end. But I give away these wreaths that I make here in my email list. So if you're not already on my email list, you're going to want to go get the link and sign up down below. So we're going to put this on this peach. Oh my goodness, that peach is so pretty. But that is how we give away wreaths here. You don't have to pay for the shipping. I even pay for the shipping. But if you're already on my email list, if you got the email that we had this video tonight, then you're good. You're golden. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give away 4 wreaths in April since it's my birthday. So anyways, I'm going to give it away to you. So you're going to just run some wire through the back of that little floret, whatever you want to call it, and twist it and poke those wires back into your canvas. All right, so let's get started. And as you can see, we did this on the white one too. I think I show you. Yep, see, we did it for both. All right, so this is going to be a different center, guys. Okay, you're going to cut 2 pieces at around 36 inches. Oh, no, 35 inches, 36 to 35, okay? And then we're going to gather one side. And yes, I'm going faster, but again, this was another like 10-minute clip, and you guys don't want to sit through 10 minutes, am I right? So this one is inspired. We're basically going to wrap around each one. I did a wreath, oh goodness, man, again, in 2017, 2018 maybe, and I did a wreath with this type of center. And this is going to resemble more of a rosette, and you're just going to hold with your, I'm a righty, so my left hand is on top, and you're going to come through and you're going to see that it's going to just have a nice like twirl effect, and you're going to get down to the end and you're going to put a zip tie on it. And oh my goodness, I can't wait for this wreath to be done because it was so much fun. I'm so excited about this one. So we're going to pull that in. We're gonna, you know, what do you call it? We're gonna pull it into the middle, and we're gonna start it off with a zip tie, because this is how we start that rosette look. Okay, so we want to hide that, you know, kind of like that frayed end. And you're just going to keep wrapping it around like we did the other one. But this one was a little bit easier to keep together. I don't know if it was just a little bit looser, but I just use zip ties for this part. Again, you're just going to keep wrapping. And then I'm like, okay, I think this is getting kind of, you know, big enough. And then I tie it off with another zip tie and I cut off. So maybe you don't really need to do 35 inches. I mean, I'm just saying, maybe you need to do more like 30 inches, but you know, I'd rather have a little bit more than not. But again, I love poly burlap. So I remember back in the day when I would make wreaths like this, and I would, you know, try to think up all kinds of different centers. And I do have a video, I have 2 videos actually, of the different wreath centers that I did. And so for this particular bouquet wreath, you could go back and just pick the centers you want. Maybe you don't prefer what I'm doing here. That's okay. You don't have to. But as you can see, it's taken me a little time to get that in there. I got it in there. Yay. And I wrapped that bottom piece there. And now we're going to clip that off. And then I just kind of like play with it a little bit. But I think this one is really, really pretty. But I will link those other tutorials where you could go back and watch if you would like to try a different center. I even have a flower petal video. Sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted here. But you're going to just take a wire and you're going to run it through the back of that poly burlap. And you're going to put it on that wreath. We're going to go through that canvas mesh. And it's going to be so pretty. I just, you know, honestly, guys, I'd love to see somebody make this on a bigger wreath form, maybe a 10-inch or a 12-inch, and do maybe like 3 rows of these petals. Oh my goodness, that would make such a beautiful wreath. So let me know if you do that. But, oh, isn't that pretty? She is just beautiful. Okay, so this is where we're going to start putting her together. And this is where we're going to use that 8-inch wreath form. Okay, so only 1 wreath form for this whole wreath, okay? But again, you can get these at the wreath shop as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of figure out how you want your wreaths to lay. I wanted them to be like in a triangle form, and you're going to use several zip ties to really anchor it. And you're just going to keep testing it. I kept testing, okay, is this going to stay? Yeah, see, I was testing it. I don't want my wreath to flop over, right? So you're going to just work with it as much as you can. Wherever you can run a zip tie underneath, and then underneath the wreath form, you're going to do that. And I think I ended up adding a few more after we put it all together. See, I'm shaking it to see if it's going to stand the test of time. But when I hung this wreath, I hung it from that wreath form, not the plastic or anything. I didn't even put a little backing on it. I should put a backing on this. Whoever gets this wreath, man, I need to put a backing on it for you. Just take some, what is it called? Felt to put it on back. So now we're going to put the white one on. And again, you're just going to put enough zip ties for number 1. You don't want the zip ties to be seen. And number two, you're going to anchor it well enough so that it doesn't move around, it doesn't flop forward. It's just really important. And you can kind of see what I'm doing there. So, and then we're going to add the third one. See how she flopped? Yeah, I had to work on her a little bit more. Okay, so when we put the little peach flower on, again, it's just, there's not a right or wrong way, but you're just going to work with it and see how it comes together. Now, I am not going to show you me cutting the green mesh for the leaves. I didn't do that part, but we just cut them at 10 inches and we used a total of 6 of the green leaves. I'm kind of waiting to see what we're doing next. Oh, here we are. We're doing the leaves. So basically, we're going to do 2 with the single petal fold, and I put 1 in. I'm like, no, we need 2. So use that chip clip to hold the 1, and we're going to just take our petal and make the single fold and then put them side by side. And you see where wherever you can get it anchored on that wreath form and then have the petals covering it, that's what you want. So where are you going to put all these leaves? You're going to put it right between the purple and white flower, the purple and peach flower, and then at the bottom between the peach and the white, okay? So you're going to do 3 sections of these, and here I am just anchoring it some more. I ended up going through 2 of the bars, and that seemed to help it even more. And then just, clip off the extra. So let's talk about the stem. This was so fun. You're going to cut 3 pieces at 36 inches each, okay? Easy peasy, right? You can do this. Then we're going to do what we pretty much did with the yellow. We're going to roll it diagonally again. And we're going to take our time. And I just love the way that this came together. And originally when I was going to put this wreath together for you guys, I wasn't even going to do it like this. I kept thinking I want to do a flower bouquet. And the last time I made like this triple mini wreath, it was every flower was the same and the centers were the same. So I wanted to kind of give you the feel of a bouquet. And so that's where this wreath kind of came from in my mind. So as we get to that point, I'm going to take a zip tie and we are going to put it, and we still have probably 8 inches on the right side here, 7 to 8 inches, but that's where it stops, okay? So you're going to do this 3 times, and then we're going to take those and we're going to attach it on our frame. So I have the 3. We're going to have them all the same length, and then we're going to zip tie these to the wreath frame. That's all we're going to do. So I go under one side, and then I think I do all 3 at the same time. And then I anchor them, each one of them at the bottom. So I do cut off the excess of the top here because we don't need it. And then I have a little bit more zip ties to just anchor it again, because I want it to look like 3 stems coming from 3 different flowers and coming together. So that was kind of the goal I was looking for. All right, so if you make it through this whole video, and I know we still have, a good 4 minutes left here. Okay, so I want you to tell me, what is your favorite flower in the comments? That's what I want to know from you. And what that does, it tells me that you watched the whole video, and I appreciate it so much. Now, also tell me, are you going to try this? Are you going to make this wreath? Because this is one of my favorites in a very long time. So again, I'm just anchoring down all of these little stems. I'm not sure why I got all this in here, but it is. And I'm talking, and so we're going to flip this over and we are going to bring her all together. So I hope you enjoy this. It's so much fun. It's so pretty. There's so many colors you could do. So I also got this ribbon from the Reshop, and this is, I want to say a 1/4 inch. No, 1/2 inch. I don't know. No. Yeah, I think this is 1/2 inch or something. And so I measured it. I wanted like 22-inch tails. So about 44 inches on that one. And then we did about a 20 to 22-inch tail here, and we are just going to do 10-inch loops. So measure 10 inches between each of your fingers there. Come to the middle, do it again, and again, another 10 inches because we want 2 loops on each side. That's how easy it is to make a bow. And I'm going to show you a really cool trick that my friend taught me, and I want you to go check out her YouTube channel too. She is a master at making bows. So you're going to cut off the edge there, and then you're going to come back and you're going to take a pipe cleaner, a wire, whatever you have. I obviously did not have a purple pipe cleaner, but that's okay. It'll work. Just use what you have because we're going to cover it up. You know my little trick. We're going to take a little bit more of this really cute ribbon, and we are going to kind of fold that over. As you can see, I'm like, oops, I forgot. I need to fold this a little bit. And then we're going to cover that pipe cleaner. So make sure you separate those pipe cleaners because the pipe cleaner has to come around the back to secure those 2 pieces of ribbon. So as you can see, I'm going to take them across. But listen, if you are watching in the next segment this little really cute trick with how to do your ribbon tails, make sure to go follow my friend Diana at Wreaths of Faith, Dean and Diana, here on YouTube. She makes the most beautiful bows, and I think you'll really enjoy her content. So what I did was I took that pipe cleaner, I went in between the 2 little knots that we made for the previous tails, and then I twisted it, and then we just cut the back, and then cut the back of the pipe cleaners, and then I just kind of put it back into the stems. I'm going to show you here in a moment here so you can see what I'm doing. So there you go. See? Easy peasy. Now, here's the trick. Make sure you go follow Diana at Wreaths of Faith. And it is such a good tip. When I saw this the other day, I'm like, I've been trying to figure that out for years. And I finally saw somebody do it. So you're going to cut your tails about the same length here. And I'm acting like I don't know what I'm doing. And so, you know, be patient. I cut them all the same length. And then you're going to just roll them up, all right? You're going to roll up one of the strands at a time. So let me show you. So you're going to roll, see? Just roll. I'm going to show you the 2 of them here. It is so, so cute. I love this method. It was so easy too. So just roll it up. And then in the next scene, you're going to grab the inside edge of your bow. So that little tip. So you're just going to go in and grab the little tip that we cut, and it's going to make a little curly cue. Isn't that sweet? I mean, seriously. So, so cute. You could even spray this with Rust-Oleum clear matte spray to kind of help hold it in place. But seriously, so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I know it was a little bit longer than normal, but listen, if you make it, I want to be tagged on social media. And guess what? We are here every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I don't know. We're always here. So number 1, make sure to subscribe if you're not. And number 2, we'll see you next Sunday night. So we'll have a great time. Bye-bye.